Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, for the opportunity to speak this morning, and congratulations to Mr. Zuniga. And for many Americans, what seems to be happening, or what they believe right now is happening, is what appears to them is we're replacing national-born American, native-born Americans to permanently transform the political landscape of this very nation. The President's policies have led to nearly 19,000 unaccompanied minors being apprehended last month. That's a 100% increase from February. A 2017 survey conducted by Doctors Without Borders indicates that nearly one-third of all girls and women were sexually abused during their journey to the United States. That's staggering to me. That is staggering to me. Because of this, the Biden-Harris administration's immigration initiatives that actually encourage disregard for our laws, border traffickers reportedly made $14 to $15 million a day. I don't know which one it is, but it's a whole lot of money, and we're encouraging that. We're aiding and abetting that. I find that completely unacceptable. The human and drug trafficking are a twofold scourge on our nation, and this administration's negligence in confronting the exploitation of children. It's disgusting, untenable, unacceptable, and in complete contradiction of our values. Now, this administration is proposing taxpayers now pay billions to Central America to stem this tide. While we're talking about resources, let's just talk about what a Border Patrol agent would tell you if you ask them what they need, what they're looking for to do their job, to protect our country. That's a border wall. On day one of this presidency, this President stopped wall construction, which had an estimated cost of $2 to $3 billion to terminate all the construction contracts. Look, whether this $4 billion or whatever it's going to be is meaningful and successful or not is immaterial to the fact that we just threw $2 to $3 billion away for something that does, in some effect, work. Not completely. It's in concert with other things. We just threw that money away. The sad truth is that border officials encountered 172,000 migrants last month, which is 10 times the figure from April in 2020. I disagree with my good friend from San Diego that this isn't a problem and this doesn't happen before. Let me ask you this, Mr. Zuniga. Does this administration consider Mexico an unsafe country?
Mexico, as the authorities in Mexico themselves would tell you, has to contend with a very high level of violence and insecurity. In fact, they dedicate significant resources to contending with precisely that.
So does that mean, the administration, do you consider Mexico an unsafe country?
Mexico has to contend with
I mean, I'm using the term unsafe country because, as you probably know, it's definitional regarding policy. So unsafe or not? I mean, I know I keep saying it, but I'm trying to figure out if you're going to say it's unsafe or not.
Representative Perry, Mexico has areas that are safe and areas that are not. It is a large country, and there are areas, excuse me, that are particularly vulnerable to transnational organized crime.
The foreign minister in September of 2019, Ebrard, stated that the trend is irreversible, that we didn't need a safe third-party agreement with Mexico because there were less and less people going to the border, due to policy, by the way, due to policy, but he said the trend is irreversible, so we don't need a safe third-party agreement, which goes to unsafe or safe. You're saying it's, well, you're not saying anything. You'll say some of it's unsafe. For the point that it's unsafe, I would ask you, why are we allowing hundreds of foreign nationals from this unsafe country to come into America? And I'm sure you know, over 1,000 of people that came in just last month convicted of assault, battery, domestic violence, burglary, robbery, theft, drug possession and trafficking, sexual offenses, some on the terrorism watch list. Why would we allow that? And if it's not unsafe, and if it is a safe country, then why aren't we enforcing the international standard that refugees who seek asylum in the first safe country Why aren't they doing that in Mexico? And I would just ask you one or the other.
So, Representative Perry, number one, the administration is committed to enforcing U.S. law and to securing the border. Second, as has been noted, the United States has dedicated resources and worked with Mexican authorities and international organizations to reinforce the ability of Mexican authorities and others to provide security in Mexico and to provide security for those who are in vulnerable situations. So improving protection capacity, not just in Mexico, but in Central America as a whole, is part of the Biden administration's policy towards Central America.
I yield back. It ain't working, Mr. Chairman.